Is you ready for the show? Then let a brother know. News you could use if you choose to condone. If we talking comics, then my homie in the zone. Putting on for the nap town as a whole. Don't change the channel, there ain't no comparison. We can all debate if you ain't scared of the embarrassment. Don't play with Derek if you ain't bold and daring. He'll hit you with the blitzkrieg, but he not the Baron. Now's the time to dominate, don't do it for the cash. Finally a critic who just does it for the clash. Uploading all the content and a flash. If he keep it up, he gonna have to commandeer a mask. Dominating impulse.
What's going on, everybody? Truth in the booth, dominating impulse, back at you again. Sorry guys, I missed you Monday. My PC was down. I had to take it to Apple, but they got me straight. And Tuesday, we jumped back into a flash review. What the fuck? I'm not gonna lie to you. This wasn't the best Flash season. Flashpoint, it was a lot of explainers. This episode had a lot of information. It left us with more questions than answers. First off, savtair suit. Where the fuck did that come from? Number two, if Barry could just, phase into savtair's suit to end the day, to destroy the suit, why didn't he do that 10 episodes ago? Number three, Iris kills the god of speed with a bullet. Where they do that at? I thought the Speed Force is supposed to heal you if you're really, a time remnant of Barry. So then we get Crisis on Infinite Earths twice. 2 years in a row. Tell you why. Zoom. When Zoom and Barry had the machine and they were trying to destroy the multiverse, Barry's time remnant sacrificed itself. Crisis on Infinite Earths. Then again in this year, even all my fans of Young Justice, alright, the Speed Force storms are going crazy all over Central City. The villain is stopped. What to do now? Okay, Barry, I'll just go. And what I really think what they were doing was, it was an endpoint, a bookend of the alternate timeline. If you guys didn't know, this entire show is on an alternate timeline when the Reverse Flash came back and was stuck in what we see from our Barry's perspective. So, and that's what I think they did. And I think going forward in season 4, they're going to switch up how they do things. We do know season 4's villain isn't going to be a speedster. It's probably going to be the Thinker. Shout out to savtair Barry. He kind of threw that Easter egg, when he said you haven't got there yet. But like I said, this episode was good in a lot of ways, not good for a season finale. What I do know is when the Star Labs got destroyed with the Speed Force bomb that savtair created, just know we're going to get a new Star Labs, straight up. So I'm going to talk about the elephant in the room right now. HR dies. Now we all knew that they weren't going to kill off comic book character, damsel in distress, Iris West. We knew they weren't going to do that, but we just didn't know how it was going to play out. We're going all the way back to, earlier in the season when HR did the light modifier so, people wouldn't think he's Harrison Wells. And I'm like, okay. And then when Barry did it again, breaking into Argus, just, make the Speed Force bazooka. Like, this is, they basically gave up the plot. And I called it way back, if you guys been following me for a while. I said savtair's probably Barry. I'm not Zoom. I'm not Dawn. Who else are you? Who is your own worst enemy than yourself? Who knows you better than yourself? And I think that's what, going back to, Arrow season 3, this is kind of what the Flash, tried to do a little bit. But the CGI in this episode was beast mode. They brought it. I love the energy. I also loved how, we got more character depth with Iris and Cisco and Killer Frost and Caitlin. Shout out to her. She's probably going to come back, as an anti-hero. Not going to be a villain per se, but she is going to be, suiting her own agenda, and I don't think she's going to be joining Team Flash for a while. We haven't got word if Tom Felton, Julian Albert, if he's going to come back. Tracy Brand, we don't know. I know the showrunners have left the door open for Tom Felton to come back. I do think Tracy's going to come back because you introduce a character like that this late in the season. You have no choice but to bring her back. But this episode, it left me with a lot more questions than answers. And I don't know. Hopefully, well, I'm not even going to say hopefully. Supergirl, she dropped the ball. Now, that was more of a fan service type of deal. Arrow, Deathstroke's coming back. Captain Boomerang, the showdown with Prometheus. Talia versus Nessa Al Ghul. Artemis. The Canaries. Laurel versus Diana. You know, we're going to get some Diggle. Mr. Terrific. Curtis. Renee Wild Dog. Like Felicity. It all comes back to Lian Yu 5 years later. So I just know Arrow is going to step that up because I feel like the Flash has been dropping the ball all series. If I had to rank right now without even seeing the Arrow season finale, it would go Arrow, Legends, Flash. And I'm sorry guys, but Flash just didn't bring it this year. But, you know, let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think about this season finale? Right now, I'm just going to tell you, nothing is topping Tom Cavanaugh, Reverse Flash, Eobard Season 1. Nothing. Period. I'm going to close out with that. You're new to my videos, make sure you drop a like, drop a subscribe. Truth in the Booth, dominating impulse. Keeping it crank. I'm the best at what I do. And it's keeping you guys with them positive vibes on all this DC content. Till next time.